benevolent Pharaoh, you have brought peace and prosperity to our nation. Under your wise and capable rule, Egypt is a strong and glorious country once again. All nomarchs are loyal to you, and no threats to our great nation remain. Having accomplished all your family set out to do so many years ago, it is time to memorialize the achievements of your great dynasty. The only way to accomplish this is to build the grandest pyramid Egypt has ever known. A pyramid even larger than that of Khufu at Grosjean. Others in your noble family have sacrificed much on the long road leading to your rule of Egypt. They too must be remembered and honored with a sandstone mausoleum to acknowledge their unwavering support. The ideal location for these monuments is Hetepsenusret in the rich Fayum region. From there, you can attend to all the affairs of state and respond to any requests for supplies that your cities may ask of you as you build your great pyramid.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Land of the Pharaohs. I'm Sajuuk and we're going into the final peaceful mission of the game. Hetepsenusret is typoed there. It's actually Hetepsenusret. They put an extra S in there for no reason. The glory of Pharaoh, which means we are going to be building probably one of the largest cities ever asked of us. 12,000 people, 80 prosperity. That's just ridiculous. That means we are going to need estates to get anywhere near that, or probably manors, I'm not too sure. Kingdom 75, culture 80, and monuments 70. That is just high. And it says that the pyramids we're going to be building is going to be even larger than a pyramid complex. And we're going to be continuing on hard mode for this final mission. And I don't think there's anything clear here, but this is just going to take forever, this mission. We can have a look at that in a minute though. So let's head to the city. Slow time down and pause. We've got a lot of reeds here. First, straight off, we've got lots of floodplain as well, and I also see there's some fish. But unfortunately, let's look at our starting funds. We've only got 2,000. And I'm pretty sure that this region, the Fayum region, doesn't have gold mining. So we're not going to be mining gold to get money. There's quite a bit of reeds here. There's also some game birds that I think we can hunt. Let's have a look. Yeah, fishing, hunting, and grain. So we've got 3 food types. And an absolute shit ton of space. So let's just have a look. There's loads of trees over here. And some coastline here. Let's just have a look at this monument. Grand Mud Brick Pyramid Complex. And it's absolutely huge. Now, I'm not too sure where I'm going to put this. It is going to have to go on this centre island, whether we like it or not, because of the causeway. But I don't want to put it somewhere. I don't want to like put it there. Because if I put it there, right, fine, it's going to look good. But then we're cutting off this half of it. It's going to be sort of half around it, which is not going to really work. We want to put it either here, so it's on the far left, then we've got all this space here, or we could put it here and then have some more space and all that. But I think I'm going to put it down here, just keeps it out of the way. There's nothing going to be put down here except warships later. I know this is a peaceful mission, but there are military requests, but not until way later on in the mission. Loads of that. Wood, clay, reeds. Presumably one of this is an export, given we have no starting funds, basically. Osiris Rapata Bast, and with this large of a city, of course, Bast is the patron. Unfortunately, Bast is the only temple complex we can put down, so if we get shit floods, we can't do anything about it. Zoo as well, to get culture. Let's have a look at trade. So here we are at Hetepsenusret. Correctly spelled. Look at all these trade routes that are closed. We only have 2 trade routes. Bake, which is 1,000 deepest, they buy nothing, so this is a loss. We're not going to be opening them. Dakla Oasis buys papyrus. That's all we can sell. We can't sell linen because no one sells us flax. We can't grow it. Luxury goods isn't worth it because it's just going to put us into debt. Well, it's obvious what we have to do. We just got to set up a housing block up here and grow reeds because that's all we have. We can't do anything else. But I do know that there are lots and lots of requests on this one. And I do know that if you fail to fulfill a request on time from any trade city, it takes a long time before that trade city will decide to ask again for your assistance. And that's going to slow down this mission considerably. So we're going to ignore Baki. We're just going to have to go straight out into Dark Oasis to sell papyrus. But we're going to try build up a papyrus supply first before we open that trade route. We don't want traders coming in and just going right across the map and exiting, because that's bad. Now, I do know that with 2,000 D-Ways, we're just going to go straight into debt doing anything on this map. So we're not going to go into... We're not going to try and save funds, there's no point. And of course, we only have like just short of 1,000 in saves because I did put down a dynasty mansion in Baki, which was unfortunate. So we're going to have to grow from the outset. I'll just come back in once I've set up my housing block in papyrus industry. There's nothing else I can do. I'm just going to go and run out of debt, run into debt, whether I like it or not. Okay, I thought I might as well just come in and tell you that I have blown all my money building this. I haven't actually set up any industry whatsoever, but straight away I have blown all my cash just building half of a housing block and all the essentials within it, plus some shrines just to keep the gods happy. I hope we get rescue funds, because if we don't, that's going to be a problem. Let's just save, rather. Might as well just save right now, there's no reason to worry about it. Let's just put down a reeds gatherer right there. So we're out of money. How much do we get? Because I want to know. 3,000. So we get basically 5 grand to build the city. That's not too bad. But I'm going to have to make those funds last. We need to stay above 650 so that we have enough to open this without going into debt. It is actually very easy to go into debt on this mission because there's so few exports early on. So what I'm going to do is, now that we've run out of money building this, and I'm going to go and set up the papyrus industry, and I'll come back in when we're ready to start selling papyrus, because there's nothing else we can do now. Okay, our papyrus industry is running. I've also gone ahead and put in a couple of grain farms, because we are going to need the straw from this later. Now we have papyrus. A way to stockpile this a bit before we actually open up the trade. I don't want to sort of waste Darkless time. We want to produce much more papyrus than this. Partly, I didn't realise this before, but these guys bring back 50 papyrus at a time, so there you go, it's 150. So there you go, quite a bit of papyrus there, well, reeds rather, and there's enough papyrus to keep this going. So we've got 600. Once we get 300 more, soon, wherever it's going to come from, yeah, we'll get a bit more. We will open up the treasure, which is going to send us into debt straight away. We have no choice, but there we go. We've got a little bit of grain and straw. We'll just harvest a little bit of it. We're not going to go too extreme on it. I think for now we are going to have to just open up this treasure to Darkla and sell what we have. This is all we could make. Just buy a papyrus. Let's have a look at the prices. 165 is not too bad, so that's okay. There we go, we're in debt, so Darkla's going to buy up our papyrus. That was inevitable. There's no way to avoid debt on this one. But what I'm going to do is, in the interest of city planning, we're going to go ahead and put this down somewhere, because we are going to have to just build the city around it, and this is basically the time limit of the mission. So let's just put this there. Now, we do need to set up bricks and lines, so we are going to have to import lines so no one sells it right now. We need 264,000 bricks and 1,728 limestone. Oh boy. We're going to be here forever trying to make that amount of bricks. I know for a fact that there's a point where you can't even make that much bricks. So we will need to import bricks and set that up very early to get this going. This is just going to take forever, because that really is the limit of this mission. It's how quickly we can build this poxy thing. Luckily we do have a work camp down, so they will go and just work on it when they can, which at least we get it started now, it's fine. Here's Darkla coming up to buy papyrus. Is anyone going to come and drop a little bit more off? We are actually going to get a bit more dropped off by the next sale, so we should be able to sell off 1,600, which should be good. There's 600 in stockpile. We'll sell off 800 here to the first trader. Is that the only one? No, there's a second one coming through. That's good. So we should sell off a little bit more. Hopefully. I'm not too sure, but we are going to get out of debt. This is all we've got, and you're just going to have to buy it. At least we've got up to 1,000 now, so we've got some money to play with. Yeah, we're going to be sat here forever making just over 250,000 bricks. Oh well, we might as well get started with it. So yeah, we've got our export going, we're going to make some money, and this is all we can do. So let's just keep on going and see what happens. Okay, this is a little out of the blue. This is the end of the first year, and already someone's asking for something. The city of Menekufu wants 800 planks of wood in 12 months. Well, we've basically been out here for 1 year, and they're giving us 1 year to comply. But let's just have a look. So what I've done is, with the export money that I've got, I know what requests come up on this mission. I know exactly what kind of things we're going to be asked for. We're going to be asked for pretty much everything we can produce, apart from silly resources like clay. We're not going to be asked for that. But I do know we're going to be asked for game meat. So I've gone ahead and just put up a little small area here just to start making some game meat whenever the workers come in. Unfortunately, they are a little short, but I've gone ahead and put down some more houses. And down here, I've just gone ahead and set up this area for wood production. So we can just go ahead and with this, put down 2 wood cutters like so. Let's just put a well right there just to evolve that house. So we're dangerously close to running out of money, but we have got our papyrus running, and every time Daka exits the map, they do buy something which allows us to get money. I've gone ahead and put down another reed gatherer just because it was a little bit slow here, but we have got everything up there now. Also just moving this out of the way because we do need to use the grain soon, but we don't have the funds for that, which is unfortunate. Hopefully the gods aren't going to get too upset, but we are getting people moving in, which is exactly the thing we need. So you can see what I mean. It takes them so long to get to the other side of the map that we do make enough papyrus to just sell this off, and the money that we get from it just allows for constant buildings. So there we go, got 600 papyrus. I don't think any more is going to come in. Bass is throwing a festival for no reason because, I mean, that's very quick actually. We've got a festival from Bass even though there's no use for it. But at least she's gone ahead and made everyone nice and happy. I would hope. Anyway. 500 papyrus. I don't think we're going to get any more, so there's just another 500 papyrus that's going to be sold off. There we go, we've got money. So at least the papyrus is giving us money. Not lots, but it is giving us cash, which is what we want to see. We're going to just go ahead and put down... see, I would like to put a work camp there, but there's a poxy bit of marshland right there, which doesn't help. We're clearing off the reeds quite quickly. Now, I do want to start feeding people. We do need to get people in this city if we want to finish within any reasonable time scale. What's our wood production like? It's doing well. There's more than enough trees here. This is close enough that that's not a problem. Let's just have a look on the map. They've done 2 little squares joined to each other. It looks like a Venn diagram. You know how like, you've got the 2 squares and then another one here. That's basically what that is. I do also know we're going to be asked for bricks, so we are going to have to set up some bricks. That's why I've gone ahead and got some straw just in case that's asked for. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it because the coastline's basically here. Well, we've got the money, so I suppose I could just put down another grain farm, I think. Yeah, let's just put down another grain farm there. I mean, I could put one... pardon me. I could put another farm there, but it just blocks off all this space, which we don't want. So rather than normally doing lines like this, I'm just going to have to put it all the way along the edge of the coast and just see how many we get in. So we've got 1,500. We now just need to expand on our other industries and start to stockpile, I think maybe on more papyrus, but we do need people. So maybe I just need to feed the people for now. Anyway, I'll get that wood dispatched to Menekufu and we'll see what it does. Hopefully they don't start asking for things like money because we don't really have a lot of that. I may just, you know, I may just go ahead and give myself all this money because we're not using it and we might as well make use of the funds it's going to give. We might as well do it. We just need the cash at this point. Okay, so we're going to start to feed the people. We do need to get more people in this bloody city. I'm not sure why you're sitting there. Bug? I'm not too sure, but anyway, we are making enough papyrus to just sell out a little bit every so often. As long as we do that, we're keeping ourselves in the black. We're going to start feeding our people, and I've also gone ahead and just calculated that I can put 2 of these big blocks facing this way within this space, and it'll look quite nice, I think, having 2 blocks like that. Now, in terms of the mausoleum, now we have to put that somewhere. I'm not going to put it here because I don't think it fits. Oh, it does. I could put it there and it'll fit, but I don't think I want to put it that close to the edge of the city, so we're not going to do that. Meanwhile, we do have the wood, so let's just send that off and just turn that industry off because we don't need it. I've also gone ahead and drawn a road all the way around here because what I'm going to do is down here we are going to have clay pits and the like. We'll just give them a well. And please don't kill these guys. Get off the thing. So we are making enough reeds to tap out all of this. Some of them are not working very effectively, which is unfortunate. It is just because we need workers. Given it, we just turn this off, that should be fine. How much game meat do we have over here? I think that's more than enough to handle any requests, but we will leave that for now. I think at this point we just need more people, but we are evolving houses, which is good. As we start to level these guys up, we should be fine with harvests coming in as well. Only 4 farms got working, but that's okay, we've got the straw too. So yeah, we're just going to keep on going. At this point we can't do much else. They've dug a bit more of a square, but that's not a problem. Yeah, let's just keep on going. Okay, so this is a bit out of the blue. To honour the glory of Egypt, Menek Khufu wants 500 demons in 6 months. Now we do have that, we just sold a bunch of papyrus, so let's just go ahead and give ourselves that. At this point I'm now trying to expand, while making sure they don't wander off. I'm going to set this area for brick production. We're going to have a small brick industry, but I'm not going to go too far right now. Let's just delete that road. I will make this longer, obviously, but we are going to need to just focus on other stuff. Now I may move this granary up, or put it somewhere else, because I want to turn this into a bit of a loop area as well, and this little one tile gap just looks awful. Makes it look as if it should be touching, but it's not, type thing. So people will move back in, and we've got no unemployment problems, which is even better. Now, we are going to have problems with aging, no doubt about it. This mission is going to take so long that we are going to have to continually add housing. Now, we don't want to add them too quickly. If we do it too quickly, this is just going to fall apart, and then things are going to be a problem. For some random reason on this mission, the game likes to play the track called Ra, which is this track you're listening to. I don't know why, but the game is obsessed with playing this track. Don't ask why, but it is. New trade route available, let's have a look at that. Menek Khufu sells 4,000 barley, and they also buy bricks, that's even better. Let's start opening up that trade route. He also sells limestone as well, which we're just going to need an absolute shit ton of. Let's just put down 4, actually no, let's just do 2 of these, we don't need too many. We can just put that, well, somewhere else I think. Let's just, 1, 2, 2, yeah, that's fine. Let's just, put that there. We could have a brickyard right here, which can accept bricks. And we can also just set this to now empty the straw. Let's just get rid of it all. We don't need it anymore. They'll take forever to get down there anyway, and it can also allow me to just set this up properly. So let's just find out where that's going. So that's going to go there, and then we're going to put yeah, I suppose I could just leave this as a loop. Let's just delete that and just do some roadblocks like this. They should still get access to enough housing from this, and there will be a housing block here as well. So I suppose I can leave this as like an elongated loop. It sort of uses up the space properly anyway. What's this set to? Set to bricks. Okay, never mind. So we've got some grain farms. We're going to produce enough straw and grain from this, I hope. And yeah, we'll just put that there actually. Let's just set this to accept. Actually no, we don't need that, because this is going to be empty the straw. You're going to accept grain instead, so that's not a problem. So yeah, we've opened up a new trade route. We're now actually getting some additional export opportunities, and we're going to start making use of them by making bricks, because we're certainly going to need more money. We're sort of borderline, but we are now starting to make enough papyrus that I think we can sell at the maximum much more readily now. So let's just keep on going. Okay, a fire's happened in the city. I don't know where, but we're going to find out shortly where that fire is. How on earth did you burn down? Oh, that's why. This whole place is going to burn and collapse because I didn't put down anything of importance. Come on, just put that fire out, please. How bad is the fire risk in this area? Jesus, that's a bit bad. I totally forgot about the fire risk here. Well, please put it out. Thank you guys, please put it out. I don't want the bricks to burn either. Let's just put that out and be done with it. Okay, so we are guaranteed to go into debt because Darkle Oasis has bought up all the papyrus they have, and we've expanded our city. So we are going to be paying more wages, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. Now down here I put down a couple more farms. We're going to try and just farm as much grain as we can. But I can tell you right now that by the next couple of months we are going to go into debt. Now hopefully we'll be able to build up our papyrus supply sufficiently that in the next 2 traders that come through will buy up 1600 and give us money. But at this point I needed to consider things like the gods, who were getting a little upset, so we put down some extra shrines and all that. But that's blown a lot of cash. This is still going. We've done nothing. I mean, this little square that they've dug out is equivalent to maybe 0.5%. They've not actually done very much. Now we are stockpiling bricks just in case someone asks for it. Chances are someone will, and yeah. Papyrus is going on nicely, but we can't really expand that. We are getting unemployment, which is fine, but we cannot use it because we've got nowhere to put the workers to, which is unfortunate. Anyway, grain's in. Let's just set this to accept. Not bricks, but straw, just to get these guys off the floodplain. I don't want them drowning because that's not very useful. So yeah, guaranteed to go into debt at the end of August, and we can't sell anything, which is unfortunate. So yeah, let's just keep on going. There's nothing else to do except just try and hope that we don't rack up too much of a debt. Here's another rather random request. It's a good thing I set this up before we went into debt. Menekufu is blessed by Ra and they want 1100 portions of game. Now we do have that. If we just scroll all the way over here, we have a full yard of it. Oops. A full yard, so let's just go ahead and send that off. This is easy to set up, so don't worry about trying to take too long on this. It doesn't take that long at all. You'll notice I have put a road here. Now what happens with these birds is they do like to fly onto this floodplain and get stuck. So just put a bit of road on there, just allow them to fly in and out, and this will not get strangled. Meanwhile, we're still in debt, which is not very useful, but we are making lots of papyrus, so I think we'll be able to sell out the entire quota very easily now that this is all nicely up and running. We were struggling a bit because we didn't have enough workers, but we are getting that going quite nicely now. We're just going through the debt now, and hopefully when the trading year resets, we will get out of that and stay out of it for a while. But I don't think we're going to be permanently out of debt until we start getting more income sources, which looks as if it will be bricks, but we might get requests for it. So let's just keep on going and hope that we can get out of debt soon. Okay, so we're just continuing on with the city. We managed to get out of debt, finally. And Menekufu wants 1000 bricks. Now we do have a nice big brick industry. Let's see how many bricks we have. We've got like 5,000 in stockpile, so we could just send off a bunch there. Now, one of these fishing boats, this one here, he sailed into the floodplain when it's receding and basically glitched out, but it didn't matter because we have a full yard of fish, just in case someone asks for it. Now, I am going to try and develop a military industry as well, because we are going to need it. I've also gone ahead and expanded our clay pit production, because we do need more clay. They've got the straw, it's the clay that's quite limited for some reason. Never mind. Let's just put that there, and we can just sort out this by putting the irrigation ditch right through this gap to there. Now I can get some more farms down here, but I'm going to have to put them in from this side so that they come in down this way, but I'll see if I can fit it all in. I should be able to get enough farms in here and have them all connected, but we shall see. I'll put another one there because that's going to not be a problem. I think if I remember correctly we put it 1, 2, 3 like that. There we go. So there I've got that stuff in, and I can just irrigate all of this like so. There we go. So that's all the farms fitted in there. There are going to be more up on this bit, but we have to put a road in all the way through there, and if I do that I'm going to have to put up a tower somewhere over here, otherwise these hippos are just going to kill people. How does it come down with malaria? These ones. Why? There's a apothecary right there. Let's have a look at malaria risk. That's pretty bad. Maybe I just need to feed people. I don't know. I think it's just because these guys are so very close to these reeds that they just have the highest risk, but I'll keep an eye on that. So we have the money coming in. We really just need to expand on our industries, particularly bricks, and probably I'm going to try and get into beer making as well. Maybe I'll just set up a little loop here. I'm not too sure. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I could set up a loop here and move this yard, but I'm not too sure yet, but I'll think about that later. I may also just do the beer brewing over here where there's a nice big loop that I can do. I'm not too sure. I could set it up here. I think I will. I'll probably put it in this corner here because then it's close to the entrance point, but I'll not think about that right now. Unemployment is coming under control, which is fine. I think we just need to put down a bazaar and start feeding more citizens. So let's just do that. Make sure these guys are not buying anything other than grain. They're not. So yeah, we've got all the floodplains set up. We haven't connected up these ones yet. We'll do that later. And yeah, let's just have a look at this monument. 0% complete, and all we've done is this little bit of ground preparation. We are going to be here for a while. We have started in 1382, and 5 years into the mission, we really haven't got very far with this. So we're going to be in it for the long haul, and we might as well just keep on going to do that. We've also stockpiling more papyrus, more reeds, and just reeds in case someone asks for it. So yeah, let's just keep on going. Okay, so the cities continue to grow. We're starting to get more money. We're exporting as many bricks as we can. I'm just stockpiling as many of these as I can, because we are just going to need an absolute shit ton. Oh, they're actually starting to dig down to bedrock, and that's still nothing complete. Oh boy, I wonder when this is going to change to 1% complete. Meanwhile, we are getting plenty of money. We're selling papyrus, we're selling bricks. We're actually starting to get way up high into our funds now. I have put down a work camp down here just to make sure that these guys get covered. Unfortunately, last year there was no floods, but that's not a problem. In terms of barley, I am going to do that over here. I'm just going to have a little... I'm not sure I'm going to do it because this is the map edge. I will probably do it as a little zigzag coming out of it. And we'll just have as many barley productions, well, beer brewing areas as possible with the barley import. One thing I missed, because we didn't have this trade route open, we didn't see that Mount Kufu is actually selling us more limestone. That doesn't really affect us right now, but that's okay. Now, one thing to note is that normally when I play this... I'll come back to it in a minute. Age of Toy wants 1200 sheets of papyrus. Well, that's very easy to me. We started that industry straight away. So we'll just send that off. Now, what I was going to say is that normally when I play this mission, this area down here is normally disconnected, but this time it's actually connected by just a bit of sheer luck. Now, I'm going to see if that works. If this doesn't work, then fine. But I'm going to try having this area disconnected and see what effect it has on building the city. I will probably have additional fishing production over here, which will be disconnected. It'll be connected to our palatial estate and a couple of housing blocks over here, which will not be connected to the rest of the city, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, so we are going to have a bit more of a more connected city, really. How many bricks do we have in stockpile? We have 9,200, which is a lot. I'm also going to have to put down a few more shrines. Gods were getting a bit upset, so we'll make sure to keep them happy. I think now I just need to set up my chariot production, so let's just put down a chariot maker right there. We do have the unemployment for this. Yes. And we'll put down a recruiter. Just there. Now, we're just going to stockpile chariots for now. We're not going to really do very much with this. So we'll just stockpile chariots right there. That should produce fairly quickly. And because these two areas are connected, I will put the forts probably just way up here or something, just out of the way. Because I do want to put housing blocks down this bit as well. I want to try and populate the two segments, because normally how I play this is I always end up putting all the housing blocks on this centre island and then just sort of crummy little disconnected areas here. So I'm going to try and set up as much of this area as possible to be connected. The areas over here will probably just be common residents, we'll just feed them grain. This area up here will probably be fancy residents, as will this area over here in our estate as well will be palatial estates, I think. So yeah, we've got enough workers now to basically support having continual production on this. We should be able to get this going now, finally. And maybe I should start working on the sandstone, because we do need to import sandstone for the mausoleum. Maybe I should work on that when I get more money. So yeah, let's just keep on going, and I'll come back in if anything of interest happens. Okay, so the papyrus that we sent off to Ijitoy has opened up a new trade. We'll just have a look at that in a minute. I am just going to start putting down some stuff over here, because what we're going to do is we're going to roadblock here. Now, I'm not too sure if that'll affect that shrine. If it does, then so be it. We are going to just put a roadblock here, if I can get it in there, and you've don't know where. Never mind. So we're going to have a separate little area over here that will support some other stuff. I will keep this as a contained loop, because it is going to need to be expanded, which is not a problem. We are going to now put down the entertainment buildings. We're going to put that there. And we'll just put a juggler up here. That'll do. Now let's have a look at Ijitoy. Another land trade route that sells another bit of limestone. They also sell us linen, which is going to be important. They buy beer. We're not going to do that, because it's not really worth it. Apparently now getting down to the cutting of grooves now equates to 1%. So clearing the land and cutting it down to bedrock equates to 1%. We're going to be here for a long time. Over here I put down a tower just to deal with the hippos, and that'll keep them under control. And we are stockpiling chariots, which is going to be good. But we can't do anything with the military just yet because we don't have funds. But we are keeping above the debt line, so we're not going to be going into debt every time at the end of the year, which is what we want, which will cause our kingdom rating to go up at least. Well, I would hope so. So yeah, we're just going to keep on going and start to evolve these houses, start to provide them with entertainment, and then we'll start to think about providing them pottery. Now, I'm not too sure where I'm going to do the pottery. Probably over here somewhere, or down here. I'm not too sure where. Maybe in this gap here. Let's just see. If I had a road there, that'd be 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I could have a little pottery industry down here because it'll support this stuff, which may work. But I'll think about all that and I'll come back in a bit later if anything of interest happens. Okay, so I've been thinking, we went into a bit of a large debt. It was like 1,100 in debt. Bast is still a bit upset, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the money that we do have, and I'm going to put down the festival square in this far corner, just well away from the city, largely because we're going to have so much entertainment running about that having this connected is just a terrible idea, but we're going to try and honour Ra. Now, Ra, of course, if you don't remember, has a trade boosting perk that allows us to get more sold. So we can try and sell out 4,000 papyrus and 2,500 bricks. We might get more money by doing that because we can't live on just a small amount of papyrus and bricks because we just can't build anything. Over here I put down more housing, and that's just giving us a load of unemployment problems, so we just put down more of those. We've got clay pits and all that. We've got enough clay pits. We could just put down one more there, and we could just put down 2 more brickworks right here. We're going plenty of bricks being made. How much have we got? We've got like 15,000, that's just ridiculous. Meanwhile, this is still continuing on. We need, that's still 1% apparently. Let's just put a well, both of these bits. Let's put one there and one there. In fact, I can actually just move that well to there. And it'll have the same effect. There we go. This area here is going to be for 4 warships, just along this bit here. Maybe a couple more somewhere else. And mostly pottery. We're going to have all our pottery made down here. We're just going to use getting yards to bring it closer. We're not selling this because it's not worth anything compared to other things. We may sell it if we're desperate for cash, but for now, we're not really that desperate. Let's just speed this up. So I think we just sold out all our papyrus. Yes, we sold out all our bricks. So we've only got 2,500. We're going to have to make that last and hope we don't run into a death spiral because it would be nasty on this one. I think what I'll do is just for now, we'll just delete a load of houses. Just to control unemployment. We don't have a way of employing them. And we don't have money. So yeah, we're just going to keep on going. Try to keep our city stable. Maybe I'll work on importing sandstone. But that's like 1,000 to open that trade route. It's not really worth it. Anyway, I'll think about all these things. I'll come back in later to something interesting to show. At this point, I'm just trying to keep the city stable and not collapse. Okay, this is a bit out of the blue because Abu is blessed by Ptah. That's a nice graphic. I haven't ever shown you this one, I don't think, but there you go, there's that graphic for the Great Festival. Abu wants 1,800 buckets of fish. And we've just gone back into debt. Now, we have lots of, we've got 2 full yards, so we'll just go ahead and send that off right now. I do know that those kind of requests come up, so that's why we just prepared for that. We are quite heavily in debt, and we're not even at the end of the year, which is unfortunate. I'm hoping that Ra will be benevolent enough to give me a blessing that will increase trade for a bit, which will allow me to sell for another 1,000 bricks and 1,500 papyrus. And I hope he does it near the end of the year so that we can basically use it up a bit and then use it throughout a whole year. I'm hoping. So yeah, we've got a harvest. There's actually a bit too much grain in this city, which is unfortunate. Maybe I need to just build another yard and accept more grain. Let's just put this here. I hope that this doesn't drown. I think he will, but let's see if he just... Yeah, he's going to drown. So are you. So you're going to touch the edge of the water and disappear or turn back. Okay, fine. That works. So we're going to have 2 full yards of grain. I think that's more than enough. We've got more than enough food on this floodplain. We have 16,000 bricks, apparently in stockpile. And we've got 20 grain farms, basically, so it's quite a lot. Has any trade changes happened? I know Egyptia will increase its stone production as well, but we're not really using that right now. Right now, we just want to clear this stupid base. but maybe I need to think about importing, but we are just so heavily in debt, we can't. Luckily, we're not hitting debt anniversaries and plunging our kingdom rating, because that would be worse to get back up. So yeah, let's just keep on going and see if Abu opens up as a trade route. I hope it does. Okay, so the reputation went up because we set off those fish, and Abu's our trade route, and we're like 2,000 in debt. Now, luckily the trade year just resets, we'll sell off a bunch of stuff. We're just desperate for cash now. Abu is a water trade route that buys papyrus, so we can sell a bit more papyrus there. They also sell flax and linen, they also sell sandstone. We are going to need the flax and linen to get the housing up, but we're also going to need a lot of sandstone. I will wait to get some money back, and then I'll open up the trade route and sell papyrus there. And I've got a yard down here that's going to bring papyrus down, all of it, and it's just going to be sold. These guys will just drop off here, and we will just bring it down here, because they're going to have a long walk to go. Are you Menet Khufu? Right, fine, you're going to buy bricks. You're Menet Khufu. Darkla will come through too, and give us money. So, yeah, we're going to sell off all the year's quota to Darkla and Menet Khufu. And then we'll open our trade with Abu and just keep selling papyrus, because we're just desperate for cash now. We just can't get out of debt anymore. Okay, so another request. Satisfy citizens' needs. Roarty was 2,600 reads in 9 months. Why are they asking for reads? They've got tons of it, just like us. No matter, we'll just pay them off their little bit of whatever that was. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just here, I am setting up the area for where we're going to have... not a housing block, we're going to have basically weavers and a shit ton of guilds, because we're going to use so much for the base of this. Over here we're putting down more housing. I'm also expanding our papyrus industry. It's just a little low. Of course we're just wiped out a bunch of reeds. Up here I've also put down a tower. This is the only place I can put this tower, and this tower is really just to make sure that the hippos stay in check. There is no other place to put down a tower, and there's no reason to build anything up there. Only reason I'm doing this is so that we can set up more grain farms along this bit here as well. So we just need people. To get the people, we need to build more industry, but we're going to need to expand to get pottery going. So let's just put down 1, 2, 3, 4. Not sure where these are going to go. Let's just put down 1. Let's put 1 right there, and just spam out potters. 1, 2. No, misclick. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll like just not extend this by 1 tile like so. I know that's going to create an unnecessary intersection, but don't care. We just really need more bricks. We need to expand our potential to export, I think. We have quite a bit of papyrus down here. Unfortunately, some of the guys from up here are wandering all the way down here to dump it here, which is not very useful. Anyway, we're going to sell for another 1,100, well, 1,200 papyrus, which is going to give us more money. I think we need to start importing the sandstone now, because we really just need money. There's more money coming from bricks and more papyrus. There we go, we're up to 7,000. I think we can now consider maybe some land forces. I'm not too sure yet, but we can start to import sandstone, and yeah, let's just import sandstone into this yard here. We'll just have some getting yards further away, then we'll stockpile it. We can have another one here as well. Let's have a look. No trade quantity increases just yet, as far as you can see. Oh, Egyptize increases limestone capacity, which is good, so we can import 80 a year. I think we need to start stockpiling on limestone as well, but I'm not sure where. Maybe over here? I don't know. Anyway, the city's coming all well. We're starting to solve our money issues. We still run out of money every so often, but that's not a problem right now. We just need more food, and I think we need to just expand our grain production as well. So yeah, I'll go and do that, and I'll come back in later if anything of interest happens. Okay, so the reason we sent off to Roarty has opened up yet another trade route. We can now trade with Roarty. Let's have a look at them. They sell a lot of stuff. They sell meat, which we don't need. We don't need to import straw. We may need to import bricks from there. Pottery, which we don't need. And we can import another 4,000. So we can get 8,000 barley from 2 trade routes and 4,000 beer from another trade route. So we basically have pretty much infinite beer. We can import enough beer to support the entire city and beyond. They also sell us more linen and papyrus, which we don't need. But barley's important. They buy things we don't require, but that's okay. Over here I still have a bunch more farms. This is all we're ever going to need, I think. And they're going to be serviced by a couple of work camps just at the top of the map here. Saves these guys having to wander all the way over there, but they probably will in any case. The farms are probably not going to be that efficient because they're coming from all sorts of locations. But that's fine, as long as they're growing something, that's better than nothing. Could delete that farm, put another one over there, but that's just pointless. This is more than enough, I think. So, yeah, we're just continuing to open up trade routes, just continue to make money. And I think now is the time to start expanding our city a bit more. We just need to get workers in order to do that. And of course, to get workers, we are going to need money in order to boost the city. This is now filled up with water, which accounts to apparently 2%. Yeah, we're going to be in here for the long haul. We're going to just have to take our time about this, not rush it. There's no rush. The limiter is basically this. So let's just keep on going and boost the city. Okay, this is a pretty hefty request. Dakla Oasis wants an entire yard of papyrus in 12 months. Do we have it? We have like 9100, so just take it. Meanwhile, we're starting to push pottery through 2 blocks. It is quite a bit of far away, so not too good. Let me just make sure that says not that. How much pottery do we have down here? Oh, we've got plenty. The only problem is I've sort of put this in a place where they do have to go quite far around it. I may move some of it over here, so we have a little bit over here to support some export. I'm not too sure how we're going to do it. We are able to export all our papyrus to all of our places as well as all of our bricks. It is giving us money. I've also gone ahead and put down the palace and started to tax people at least something, just so that we are getting some additional revenue. This pottery will stabilise, of course. We do have the temple complex to Bast that we can put down, and she will make out all the bazaars at least use less, so that will help. We can just set this to accept, or get maximum just to bring it over. And start to maybe get this going again. We do have quite a bit of papyrus. Unfortunately, they have been wandering all the way down here trying to deliver it there, which doesn't help. So yeah, we're starting to grow the city, starting to push some reeds over here. I've also drawn out a road over here just so we can have more yards just for getting things. I don't think we really need to worry about beer just now, but we may need to consider that later. Prosperity's up, kingdom's going up, which is fine. Maybe I need to develop a military. I think that's what I need to do. Let's just put down a couple of these. Let's just put 2, 3. There we go. And there's a space for another clay pit right there, which helps. I know these clay pits are quite far, but that's just what we have to work with. Let's just do 2 of these and move the pottery to the left-hand side, I think. Let's just empty it all out of here and move it to somewhere else. Let's just set this to get and get. Speed that up and we'll just move all of that over there. Just get it out of this yard because it's too far away. There we go.
The city is the best.
Yes, the city is the best, but it could be better. Alright, so we've got that going. I might actually put down a couple of houses. I'm not too sure. I might even extend this out so we can get some stuff there. I don't know how we're going to do it, but yeah, we're continuing to build this more. It is now 3% complete. We just need to start importing limestone, which we are doing. We're also importing sandstone, as you can see here. I'm going to have 6 yards accepting limestone. We might build a few extra. And yeah, this is just going to be basically the monument dump until I'm ready to move over to weavers and that later. So yeah, let's just keep on going, and I'll come back in later if anything of interest happens. There's something interesting that happened. Darkclaw Oasis wants to give me 2 full yards of bricks, so let's actually accept that gift. You know what, let's just put it here. I mean, there's no negative to putting it over here. Let's see. Yeah, we can just accept the 2 yards there. This is not connected, so they will fill up just there, which is nice. There we go, more bricks. Oh, they must have put some over here. How many bricks do we have in stockpile? 31,300, more than what we can actually export, and still that's not enough. We need like 300,000. We need. So we've got the amount of bricks we've got is 1/10 of what we need to complete both monuments. Oh dear, this is going to be a long mission, I think. So this might end up being 2 parts on YouTube. I'm not sure, but you'll find out when you see it. Never mind. Let's just keep on going. Okay, so we're starting to evolve our houses. All three of these blocks are now nicely at spacious home centre. To get them any higher is going to require us to provide beer. And over here you can see I've done a nice little L-shaped loop which can pretty much support as many breweries as we want. We've got so much space around here to pretty much build them all out. I'm importing the barley here. We're only getting it from Minute Khufu for now. If they become too tied up by limestone imports, we'll just import some additional from Roarty. We can get enough as it is. One thing to notice is that our aging thing is becoming a problem. I mean, we've not even got anywhere near finishing the monument. We started in 1382. It is now 1367. The monument isn't anywhere near completion, and already we're starting to have aging. And we've also got this massive pillar of people who are eventually going to go over 50. Now, to compensate that, we are going to start to evolve our housing and get them really going up the levels. But over here, I've gone ahead and planned out an area for one of my next housing blocks. We're going to have 3 of these basically facing this floodplain. They're only going to go as high as common residence simply because there's only one food type. I mean, I could provide them fish if I wanted to, but I'm not going to provide linen over here, so there's no reason to do that. They will have all the services anyway as if they were fancy residents, but we're just going to keep them at the common residence level. It'll just reduce the strain on the system. We may actually have to provide them linen anyway because of culture, because we are going to need an absolute shit ton of mortuaries just to get that up. Because remember, this counts, coverage is counted by the number of people, houses that are passed by the mortuary embalmer dude, not just how many they exist. Money's low. It was as high as 10,000, but just building all of this has sent that down quite a bit. And of course, we are importing a lot of stone. We are importing pretty much maximum sandstone. We're importing 40 across 2 trade routes. So we've got 3 here that are set to get, and these guys are just accepted. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So we've got 7 yards. We've got 1 more there, and then we'll be fine. How's this doing? 4%. This is still getting cleared. We have been here for a long time. We're now at 5,000 people without very much effort at all. And the monument's nowhere near ready to start being built. We're going to be here for a while, and luckily there's going to be plenty of requests to keep us going. We're also taxing, which of course is helping because we're getting some additional revenue from there. How much? Get about 6,000 in tax, 9,000 in exports, about 15,000 a year. Covers from light construction, but of course imports are quite expensive. There's a lot of importing, mainly barley, limestone and sandstone are our main imports at the moment. Of course wages are going up, but if I just stop building we'll make a profit. So we could just keep on going, and we've got so many bricks stockpiling here. I mean, how much do we have? 31,600. I went ahead and set these up to go and get, but they are very inefficient. They only bring back 100 at a time, so I'm not gonna, once these are empty I'm gonna delete them, or I'll just leave them accepting for large gifts. Anyway, we're at 5,000 people. Haven't seen that graphic for a long time, but there you go, you can see it. My personal target on this mission is to get 15,000 people, which is going to be lots of common housing and 8 palatial estates on this left hand side where all the resources are. I could really just turn this back on and stockpile this again. Might as well, there's no impact. So yeah, we're nowhere near finished this mission. We're just going to keep on going, and once we've got a nice large supply of beer, we're going to just hyper evolve all of these into common residences. And I'll stop there for now until I'm ready to start providing a second food type, which unfortunately is going to have to be an import, but I will talk about that later. Okay, so a new trade route is available due to diplomatic activity, whatever that means. We can now trade with Knossos, which is a Crete island place. They sell fish. Now remember, we can import fish because we can put it in a yard and we can just make it, so we're not going to spend too much money. But it's 2,000 demons, they buy more papyrus, and they also buy wood. It's a land trade route, even though it goes by sea, pretty much all the way up to Mennefer and then goes on land to Hetep. That's fine. Let's just start selling the wood, because we've got no use for it in the city. We might as well just keep exporting the papyrus. We have like loads of it in stockpile because we are just stockpiling the shit out of it. That has sent us into debt, but with more trade routes now buying papyrus, we've got, what is this? 3 places buying papyrus. We've got 6,500 selling capacity, and that's just going to keep on going up. And yeah, we've got just so many live trade routes coming through now, and I think we should be able to solve our money crisis. Meanwhile, this is still continuing. I think they'll be cleared with it soon. We've got more than enough pottery being made right now. In fact, we'll just put down 2 more and that'll be that. With 1 additional clay pit. This will be connected over here, this landmass, but it's only going to be for a lot of fishing wharfs. Because we can put down quite a number over here, quite a few. Just all along this coast, and it'll be connected by 1 crossing point. Right here, they'll cross there, and then this will all be served by a bit, just so that we can get lots of fish and then we don't have to import that. But that's how we're going to get our second food type here. We're going to have these guys fed on fish, which will be imported, so that we don't need to use a granary, we can just have a getting yard. And of course, if there happens to be space, we can import it anyway. So let's just set up a yard right here to go and get fish, because might as well. We don't need that for... we don't need it in a granary because it's an import, we make it locally, we can put them in a yard. So yeah, more trade routes will come up now, and pretty much the only remaining city that will open up by request is Wast. The rest of the trade routes that open up will be just by themselves, by no request. So I'll come back in for each of them and we'll go through what each of them sells us and buys as well, because buy is quite important. Okay, a trade route to Mennefer has now become available, and Abu just increased the amount of stone they were going to sell us, so we can now get 50 sandstone a year. It doesn't really change anything, we were already importing plenty of sandstone. Let's have a look at Mennefer. They sell papyrus, which is useless unless we've got a papyrus problem near the end of the mission. We don't need that. They do buy bricks, and we could just continue to export them for more profit, but other than that, that's not a very useful trade route. I think we'll just open them anyway, because that's more brick sales that we can get going there, but apart from bricks, we don't need to trade with them. So yeah, we can import 50 sandstone. That just means we're going to get to the target a lot quicker. Hopefully Abu will actually sell us stone, which will just go right here, and then yeah, our money's holding stable. I've got this set to accepting again because the guys are out of sync. But one thing to know is that how I work out the pottery distribution and all that is that 1 square basically equates to 1 housing block, because a bazaar only buys no more than 400 pottery or of any of these other resources. For food items, she will stock up to say I think about 700, but for these commodities along the bottom, the maximum is 400. So 1 square equates to 1 block's worth of supply. So as long as it's 1 square here, it doesn't matter, there will be enough to keep things going. Unfortunately, these guys are connected, so it has fish for all the people that wandered all the way up here, which doesn't actually help. I suppose we could just overflood the system by putting down more fishing wharfs, like so. Can't put anything elsewhere, so that's probably just going to be it. I'm going to have to find a place to put down more warships. Let's just actually put 1 right there. I've put all these back to accepting again because that was just stupid. So we're importing the sandstone, another 12 sandstone import. So yeah. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference. These guys should be able to reach that beer. If not, I'll just put a yard down and tell it to go and get. In terms of food, this is a bit low. This is set to accept it is you're getting, which is fine. Looks as if we've got a bit of a food issue, not enough food in the city. I mean, some of these are taking forever to get growing, and so they're not all really working very effectively. I think once the base is no longer getting cleared on this, we should be fine. Menet Khufu has bought bricks from here. Fine. So yeah, we're just going to keep on going. I'm going to find a place to put down this temple complex of baths, so then we can at least start to reduce our dependency on so many of these commodities. Sort of boxing this area in, which is unfortunate. I may put this temple complex over here where this block is, which I think might look quite nice. We're selling a lot of bricks, which is good. That's given. I mean, look at the amount we've exported this year. We have exported so many bricks and so much papyrus. We're just getting so many trade routes opening up, which is great. Haven't sold any wood yet though, but that's fine. It's right there. They'll buy it when they want to. In fact, actually, this is the beginning of the year, and already we have sold out this quantity already. So we're going to be not doing too problematic with money now. Debt's not a problem. We just need to keep on expanding this city and hope that it doesn't collapse and burn. Okay, so Roarty says, because you could use some help, Roarty wants to give us lots of bricks. Let's accept that. Now, one thing I'm doing is just over here, I'm setting up this area. I've put down as many farms. I just put down as many farms as I could, really. Just in this space. This side of the Nile is not very good. There's not much space. It sort of goes in between too wide and not too wide, so it's kind of annoying like that. I've turned this area into a bit of a loop, and this will be where we'll have all of our production for things like just various things. I'll probably extend it all the way down to here so that we can have a bit closer to some of these blocks, or I may just have a couple of yards closer that provides it to further away areas and all that. Not too sure how I'm going to do it, but we have got a little bit of food here. This will support this block for now, and hopefully a second block. Our money's just going up and up. Largely thanks to exports, so we can thank that for that. We're going to start feeding our... We're going to start providing beer to our first block, and that's got a teleported bizarre person over there. So these guys have got beer now, which is very annoying, but never mind. They will devolve. So we can just start putting down... We can just put down a school right there, and they will get access to papyrus. We have actually just exported so much papyrus that we are starting to run out of it. So I think it's time to just put down more papyrus makers. Let's just put down loads of these. We can just put down a reed gatherer or two down here. Once this one's empty, I will just keep putting down papyrus makers. Yeah, like that. That's more than enough. I would hope that's more than enough. The only problem is we are starting to tap a lot of the reeds over here, so they will have to wander quite a bit to go get that little patch of reeds, and there's a tiny little bit down here as well, which is largely blocked in. Anyway, this is done. No stone maces. The first course requires 20,000 bricks and 88 limestone. 20,000 bricks basically equates to building a large pyramid in one course, because the large pyramid... Actually, does it? I don't know. Let's just have a look. This needs 67,200 bricks. So, building the first course is equivalent to building a third of a large pyramid. So, this is going to need an absolute immense number of guilds to cover the base. We are going to just go all out on guild stuff. We've actually got enough sandstone. Let's just build another yard here to accept sandstone and continue to import that. Got lots of limestone, but I think we can just keep expanding our production of that with more of it. And we're not going to worry too much about this. We're just going to try and build the mausoleum, which I'm considering putting on this side, but I think for the interest of building it properly, I will build it on this centre bit. We've got 20,000 demons. We've got a bunch of common residences farming, which is absolutely lovely. Maybe I'll just give another block of access to beer as well. We need a lot of people, and people are starting to age. I think we just need to start really expanding the city, so let's just go and give you access to beer. Enough pottery over here, which is fine. Hopefully the next flood is a bit better, because some of these farms are just shocking fertility. Apparently that one doesn't count as irrigated for some reason. It's not been irrigated at all for ages. Now it is. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start to feed this block, and yeah, at this point we just need to get a stable city by any which way, and boost our population, start to work on building this, because this is going to take forever. Okay, so we've got enough sandstone to start building this mausoleum. We're just actually going to put it in here. We're not going to rotate it or anything. Actually, I said I was going to rotate it, so we might as well. It can go in. These things are in the way. Well, that's not very useful. Let's just move these out of the way. We can just say get and get rid of them all, and get rid of these two as well. Because of course, once the sandstone's no longer needed, we can turn some of these into other things as well. So we actually have a shit tons of bricks in this city. We have something like 38,000. That's actually more than what you can export and import. So we've got way too many bricks in the city, but it just shows how much my planning is off the charts. Now, we have moved some of these reed gatherers over here. Unfortunately, we are tapping the amount of reeds that we can grow on this map, so we are just going to have to be careful about that. Over here, we've got these up to ordinary cottage. Abu's now going to buy more papyrus, which doesn't really help. We just can't sell that much papyrus. How many traders do we have buying papyrus? We have 2,500, 2,500, 7,500 papyrus is a bit extreme. We can't even sell that amount, I don't think. We can sell out all the bricks, no problem about it. There's shit tons of that in the stockpile. Let's just have a look. We have sold 2,500 there. We will sell out that very shortly. And actually we can sell 7,500 papyrus, but of course we're going to have to cut back on how much we're exporting, because we are going to need to start using this papyrus in the city for evolution of schools. Now, have you got access to workers yet? Nope. These guys are not passing the housing as well as I would like. Just set a priority on this for a little bit. There. Let's just empty all of that out, get it out of the way quickly as possible. We're also, you are probably noticing, there was another request for fish. It's just that same one I showed you a long time ago. We are building up our military, just in case someone asks for troops, because someone is most likely to do that. And you know what, let's just set that to accept. And that to accept. And once these are used up, I will just delete these. We don't need them. I know you're trying to import somewhere else, but it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and put down this mausoleum. And there. So you're going to clear out all that stuff. We have apparently got 16 hanging around, but that's fine. What I'm going to do is just make sure that this is not accessible. We're going to just turn this around like that. Let's just have another pottery acceptor right here. Let's just make sure. There we go. Come on. Move. Right, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to delete that and just do 2 small statues like that. And these should not be accessible, I hope. I suspect that they will go on there anyway, but never mind. How many workers are we short by? 57. We are getting enough people coming in. We're going to have to evolve the housing a lot quicker though. We'll just get this built. So, our money's going up. Again, exports and taxes are helping to pay the city. 20,000 in exports and 12 in taxes is not too bad. Of course, we're not taxing these people over here, so that doesn't help. So, yeah, we'll just keep importing the sandstone. We can get shit tons of it anyway. I mean, we can get like 50 a year, so that's not going to be a limiter, unlike Roarte, where we couldn't boost that at all, which didn't really help. So yeah, we'll just get this mausoleum built, then we can clear back on all of the sandstone stuff. We won't need it anymore. And I'll come back in once there's something interesting to show, because at this point there isn't. It's just boring monument building. Okay, so Bake had apparently increased their city size and can now sell us more sandstone. Again, that really doesn't do anything. I mean, that's now 40 sandstone. So we can get like 65 sandstone, that doesn't matter. Again, this monument decided to build first, so I've let them all go and build out the outer edge of this, so they just need bricks. And I haven't put any bricklayers down because I want this done with first, because then I can just convert all of this into limestone storage, which we absolutely desperately need, which is not very useful, but once this is done with, then we don't need to worry about the sandstone, then we can just go all out on this. We get way too much money. Even with construction, it's like 17,000 in-outflow, which is not too bad. We are now going to consider providing a second type of food to one of these housing blocks. You're short on food, which is not very useful. Can we just put down this, just to sort that out. And then there. Okay, and some of these houses devolved because of these stonemasons, but I did put down a couple of statues just to offset that. So this only needs another 164 sandstone. Not that difficult, but we can get enough of that. So yeah, let's just keep on going, and I'll come back in if anything of interest happens. We are actually running out of reeds. We are just overcapitalizing this area, I think. We've just got too many papyrus makers. I think it's just time we stop selling papyrus. Even though that was our main export, we need to stockpile it and get that back on track so that we can keep the city going, basically. Okay, so Wast is losing hope. They need a bunch of grain. We have so much of that, it's unbelievable. We've got like 3 full yards of it. Also, Roarte asked for some reeds, which I just had to stockpile because we just cannot make any more reeds. There's just too much. Over here, I just went ahead and, I mean, I could put down a housing block for say like 1,500 and it's just made back so quickly. So we've got 2 full blocks of, well, what are going to be ordinary cottages. We're not producing any pottery for these guys yet. We do have a place to put that. We can just put it right there and we can evolve them a little bit more just to get them out of this high fire risk. We're just short so many people because we need so many people working. Meanwhile, the mausoleum is coming on quite nicely. We're just building up our military at a very slow rate of speed here. I should really get working on the estate block, to be honest, but I want to just fill out my military, which is now done, which is easy enough because it's so much wood, it's not a problem. We've got 2 carpenters. I'm not going to make my similar mistakes of having only 1. I'm going to put down 2 and see if that speeds it up, which it seems to be doing, which actually helps. Unfortunately, they are connected on this northern bit. It doesn't make a great deal of difference because they've been connected down here anyway, so it's not a big deal. We're at 8,000 people. We're not even trying now anymore. Prosperity's stuck because we don't have these guys evolved high enough, which doesn't help. Are you stable? You are stable. We can give you fish. So we're going to start to provide fish to one of these blocks. We can actually just delete that there. Now, I hope nothing burns down because I know that fire risk is higher, but if we can hopefully avoid any problems, it's going to be fine. We'll just get these up into spacious residences. We're not going to think about linen right now, not until we have sorted out the sandstone shit. We've got enough sandstone coming in that that'll be built, and we need bricklayers for this. I will cut back on some of these yards. Probably like these ones here. I'll probably move these up here. But let's just get rid of this. Let's just empty it all into over this. Just get it all into these guys, and then we'll move these up, and this can accept or get maximum limestone. Just get it from somewhere. I really don't care. Just stockpile limestone somewhere. For some reason, you are not going over there. I just set this to accept limestone. Why are you not getting it? Oh, it's accepting sandstone, that's why. There. So we'll get all the sandstone into a couple of yards, new trade it to West because we sent that stuff off. That's just another 40 limestone. We're just going to open it. It doesn't do anything. It's another water trade route. We could just import more limestone that we already had. It's not really making any blind bit of difference about how we build this city. Because really the limestone part only comes into effect near the top of the pyramid rather than the bottom. But we'll get some of this limestone moved and that'll be fine. So mausoleum's almost done. I'll come back in once we've got it completed. Okay, so all the sandstone's gone into the mausoleum. They're doing those tiles as usual, and we do not need to import any more epoxy sandstone. Finally, so Baki and Abu are now pretty much redundant trade routes. I will be trading with Abu anyway, because we are going to need to import flax and linen from there, which I will do in this area. We have got these guys up into spacious residences. Unfortunately, these houses are taking up pretty much the entire supply, which means this is pretty much empty most of the time, which doesn't help. I held a grand festival in honour of Osiris in the hope that he would give me a better blessing, but he didn't. All he did was double the harvest, which... I mean, I like that blessing, but it's not really useful right now. I'd rather you just improve the flooding quality, which is continually shit. And the next one's going to be good. Unfortunately, we are constantly under labour shortages. We just can't get any more people in. And of course, the problem is that every time I get a bunch of new people in, we're always tipping over into ageing, which doesn't really help. I really need to just continually put down housing blocks in the hope we get enough younger immigrants, but it's just taking so long. So, we're just going to keep on going. Let's just wait for this completed. It is. The mausoleum is now complete. Finally, we don't need any more sandstone. We don't need to import any from Baki or any of that. Finally. Now I can just focus on building this. And I think what I'm going to do is, I will build this up to a point, and once we don't need so many bricks in here, I will start, well, once this gets lower and narrower at the top, I will put down the larger pyramid somewhere, I'm not too sure where, and we'll build that too. I'll probably build it just here, just leave a gap so that people can get through this space. The challenge is almost ahead. It's now time to build the grand mud brick pyramid complex, which needs over 250,000 bricks. We have something like 1/5 of them. Maybe, I don't know how many we've got. 1/6. And we need a lot more limestone. Let's accept the challenge and let's continue with this city. Okay, so we are in desperate need of people. We could get enough people in, but of course by the time they all move in, we have a load of people that age, so we end up having a lot of labour shortages. So to that end, I'm going to start to develop this left-hand side of the map where we're going to have our estate block. We'll have 2 of these common blocks, maybe a third, I'm not too sure. I have placed this out in a way that we can maybe get another one up here and another common block in here. And then down here we're going to have 8 palatial estates. We're going to feed them 3 types of food. We can get fish, which I've gone ahead and just set up a massive fishing area over here for just more stockpile. We're going to have grain, and we're also going to have game meat, which is going to be more than enough, I think. We're not going to connect over here because that will cause the hunters to decide they want to come and hunt these birds, which is not necessary. There's more than enough game on this map. Now, we are not building this bit yet because I want to wait until we got more workers, but I think we're just going to have to do this. Let's just go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're going to just put in as many of these as we can. Any that are if there's too many, I will delete a couple. But that should be more than enough of these. These will eventually get access to workers. If I could just line some houses over there. Pardon me. We have more than enough limestone. We have 301. More than enough papyrus. We have way too much beer. We've got 10,000 flasks of beer in the city. We've got 14,000 pieces of pottery. Shit tons of bricks. That's going to be fine. Unfortunately, our fish is running a little bit low, but that's just because we are starting to provide houses with that. Once these guys stabilise with the second food type, they will be fine, and then we can start providing it to others. Culture is nowhere near where it needs to be. I have brought some beer down here because we are just going to go ahead and evolve these houses. Unfortunately, I have to go quite some distance to go and get the beer, but it's fine. They won't use it up so quickly, and that's worth 2 blocks anyway. I've also gone ahead and put a warship here, so we've got 5 warships, and the remaining pardon me, the remaining space is for this stuff. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to get a tower in here because this is too far away and it's not connected to the recruiter. And if I go ahead and connect this area up, everything's going to be stuffed up. Are these guys not getting labourers? We are just needing workers, which is not helpful. We're going to feed these guys with game meat first, so we'll just go ahead and provide them with a bazaar and just evolve them up to the first level straight away. And yeah, we can just go ahead and tax as well. Useless, you're giving me more sandstone. How much sandstone can we get now? 80 blocks, but we don't need it, so that's totally fine. We don't need any more sandstone because this is done with. So yeah, let's just keep on going and start to construct the first level, the first course rather, of this pyramid, which is going to take about half of our brick supply to cover. It's insane. Okay, another trade route is open, this time to Kadesh. Just before we do that, we are going to just put down a couple more shrines here. Just to keep the gods happy, and of course increase desirability. Let's have a look at Kadesh. They sell us ivory, wood and copper, and they buy... I can't actually sell any more papyrus. We actually stopped selling it a while ago just because we cannot sell any more papyrus. We are pretty much outstripping our reed supply. It is starting to come back now, which is good, so we could actually maybe consider exporting some more. Let's just actually put down a bunch more of these and start stockpiling a little bit more. We do have a nice supply of it. We can just have another yard over here accepting more papyrus. But of course, if I start exporting, we are never going to get this supply back in time, which is not helpful. Meanwhile, we're about to hit 10,000 people. These guys are nicely evolved. I'm going to have to bring some papyrus over here. We'll just do that right now. So this is a nice supply of it. We'll just bring a quarter over. I dread to think how many libraries are going to be needed to get this up for the culture later. I dread to think just how many libraries we will need. And the amount of people that we have is not able to cover this, but we should have enough bricklayers that they will cover the whole thing. Let's just delete that. That's 2 blocks of limestone, which are moving over nicely. Once those 2 are empty, I'll delete that yard, and then we'll have it all concentrated over here. So, stage 1 of building this pyramid is nearly there. We've gone ahead to put this ramp in, simply because they have blocked that in. That was 80 limestone around the edge. I think we're going to be here a while, so let's just get on cracking with the monument then. We have nothing else to do. Maybe I need to just work on building up the population. We just need so many people and we just can't get them in. Okay, so here's the last bit of bricks needed for the first course, so we're going to find out how many bricks the next level needs. Probably about the same amount, so let's just find out. The next course requires 20,000 bricks and another 88 limestone. Now, I hope we have enough of these to cover pretty much the entire base of this. I don't think we do, but we will find out very shortly. That's actually quite a lot. I think that's more than enough to cover it, with maybe a couple of extra spares, so that's actually okay. We could probably cut back on one of these, but we have more than enough of the guilds to basically cover this base, so that's not too much of a problem. The problem is, of course, trying to keep people employed. Now, we are getting plenty of people. This is starting to plateau because we're now getting a lot more younger people, which is what we want. Over here, we are now getting these up to spacious homestead very quickly. I may try to provide the second type of food right now, so that it doesn't disappear. You know, I had mentioned before that it just evaporates very quickly into the houses when I try to give them at the top level of common residence. So we will try to sort of stabilise it. There's so much pottery here. There's more than enough pottery, more than enough beer. And that's sitting around. I think we could just export a lot of papyrus just for a little while. If the game says that 5,200 is enough, we'll just sell over 5,400. We should have enough here to pretty much support the entire city. We hit 10,000 as well. We're nearly at the population target. We just need to grow the city some more. And the next one's going to be shit. Let's actually help Osiris get better with us. Let's just spam some shrines to Ptah because he's a little upset. We'll just do a few there. And then we'll do a 4 to Ra. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Osiris needs 4 as well. 1, 2, 3. You know, let's just put some there, 4. So that'll bring up the shrines a bit, so that'll keep them all nice and happy. And yeah, so maybe I'll just go ahead and provide grain to these guys. Since the flood's just come up, the next flood's going to be shit. Hopefully, Osiris will bless it and make it better. What's that? Wage it. Let's put that up just one more level. And these guys are up to common residence. These are not going any higher. We will just leave them at this level. I think that's more than enough. We don't need to go any higher. Don't think I'll need to put another housing block here either. I think 2 will be enough. So yeah, let's get on to working on the estates while the monument slowly builds up. We just need another 242,800 bricks and 1,600 limestone to complete it. Oh boy. Okay, so here's the estate area set up. We're going to go for 6 at the moment. These I've put down 2 houses rather than just a single one. Doesn't matter, they will expand into the required size. Let's just go well there to get this guy evolving. Now we're going to make some papyrus over here rather than getting it, just because there's a little supply of reeds which we might as well use. It's just got grain. It doesn't seem to have grain even though it's literally right there. I don't know what you're doing, but you're going to have to go and get grain and game meat, that's fine. We've put down the second block here. We're going to push through 12,000 very shortly. Money's just insane. We make like... we make about 26,000 in taxes, 21,000 in exports. That's just because we've been selling lots of papyrus again. And we don't really import that much. Most of this is just wages, so we make about like 22,000 a year, so our tax revenue is just off the charts at this point. We can just put down a tax office there. We're going to have to get linen over here, which is going to have to come from making it over here. Now, how many bricks do we have? Another 220,000, so this is still not going to let up anytime soon. Once we start to no longer need bricks, I'll get rid of all these bricklayer skills. Actually, I'll leave them there and I'll start building the large pyramid, which is going to need a lot more. And in fact, we can just put that up here. In fact, we could just put it over here. We could just have a nice big pyramid right between the forts and all that. I think it'll look quite nice. It is going to be very far from over here, but that's fine. So beer's coming in. These guys don't seem to be glitching out, which is perfect. They're getting a full supply of food. We'll just put down a school. We are making a papyrus, so we don't need to get it. We can just fill them up here. This is going to accept a quarter of luxury goods, which we are just going to import. We can import 2 types. And I'll just import a small amount, and I'll just increase that over time to fulfill this. Alternatively, I may just import gems from Abu, and just make luxury goods down here and just get it over distance, which is perfectly fine. I can do that once we start to cut back on some of this brick storage. We have more than enough over here, so we don't really need these yards either, so we could just cut back on some stuff as well. So yeah, I'm just going to keep on going, and I'll come back in once something of importance happens. At this point, we're about to hit 12,000. Our culture is nowhere near it. Neither is prosperity. This will cover prosperity though. We don't need to worry about that. As will these houses as well. We'll not provide too many additional resources over here, but not try to get these up too high. So yeah, let's just keep on going. We've got a long task ahead of us. Okay, so because for no reason, political instability, Baki has shut down. Now, I do know that was a place that sold us gems, copper and sandstone, but of course we didn't need any of those because we could import gems from Abu, which we're trading with already. We didn't need any more sandstone because the mausoleum's done, and if we want copper, we have plenty of places that will already sell us that, so not really going to affect us too much. Meanwhile, this is still continuing. We've done, what's this, 3 courses, and this is nowhere near done. It doesn't look as if we've done anything. Now, of course, if I built the large pyramid first, all of this would contribute to basically one large mud brick pyramid, so there's that. Now, what I'm doing down here is importing gems from Abu. We can only import a small amount, but we can import a little bit, and that will keep that going. There's 800 in there. We'll import to make some luxury goods down there, and these will get. We're importing the linen over here. We will change this to get linen once we start to import flax down here once we got rid of some of this industry. What's our unemployment like? 4%, it's not too bad, but let's just provide food to these guys. Just grain and fish is all you need to get, and there's plenty of that right here, so it's not too problematic. So, oh, we've got a teleporting dude over here. This guy's got 3 food types without very much effort, never mind. So yeah, we're just going to keep on going, and apparently the floods are still shit, but never mind. Let's sort that. I wanted the low statue because it looks nicer. There. I'll have the Senate house here, so we need luxury goods to go any further. We will provide them when we start to produce them. And then we'll just set them to import. We've pushed through our target population, but we're going to need so much more just to keep the city stable. Kingdom's there, so we don't need to worry about that. I can even just put down the dynasty mansion right there and start to collect funds for myself. So yeah, let's just keep on going, and I'll come back in later if anything of importance happens. Okay, so here's our troop request. Good thing we've got a military developed, isn't it? In pursuit of a long-standing feud, Abu, an Egyptian city, is under attack and needs your help. We need to send troops in 9 months. Let's have a look at what kind. Waterborne forces, we have 5 warships. You can just go ahead and defeat the enemy at Abu. We've got luxury goods starting to come up here. Have you got them yet? You don't. But they are coming over now, which is fine. And they are being made, which is useful, I suppose. How many limestone do we have? 265. There's more than enough papyrus in the city. Luxury goods are coming over. These guys will evolve into the stately manners. We'll stop at stately manners for a while, and then we'll push them over later. I need to hold another festival to its size to get that flood better. We have space to hold basically another 1,000 people. We're still getting aging. I can't really tell if there's an 80-year-old. There might be one that's over 80, but I'm not going to care about that. But we do have a nicely developed military, which is more than enough. I might even connect this over here or move the festival square so it doesn't look as if it's out in the middle of nowhere, but we'll see. So yeah, our troops talk to Abu. Let's see if they succeed. Hey, our troops are back from the war. Let's have a look. And Kingdom Standing goes up. You have noticed that there are 6 stately manors, which is perfectly fine. Let's just see which one got damaged, because one always gets damaged. We'll just send you back. If I want a 7th palatial estate, I'll just put it right there because it's going to be right next to the dynasty mansion, which gives a shit ton of desirability. But I don't think more than 6 is going to be stable, so we'll just leave it there. They do need a 2nd luxury good type. Now we do have them, but I'm not going to try and get them, if you know what I mean. Let's just set this to get luxury goods, just so that there's a large supply, because we do need what equates to a full yard of luxury goods. Now, having them split across 2 is not very useful because one will run out. Brick supply is staying as high as it can, but of course it is dropping because it's now getting used up. But we are importing, so that'll handle that. Even with the excess imports, it's not really affecting the city. We still make like 10,000 a year, so that's fine. Once this starts to come up to the right level, it will be fine. I think we just need a second dancer, so let's just put down another dancer here. More enough food. These are up to common residences, so let's just make sure. Yep. We'll evolve these guys later. We don't need to do that right now. In fact, let's just set you to be a that. And then we'll just put down the 2 large statues as always in this area. The game is starting to lag up a little bit because the city is so large, but that's just to be expected. Don't worry about those long freezes. That's just the way this game works. Only another 180,000 bricks to go and another 1,300 on limestone. We are going to still be here. I mean, how many courses is that? 4 courses. That's ridiculous. If we just put all these monument resources into the large bird, it would be done by now. Never mind. We're just going to keep on going and hope that we can... I mean, we're cutting down the reach as fast as we can. They are used up quite quickly, though. Let's just keep on going and hope that we can keep the city stable even with this scribe housing. There's still a lot of people willing to come in. We've got unemployment, which is fine. Okay, not long after I cut it off, we've got troops again at Abu. Let's have a look at that. I literally just sent waterborne troops. Why do you need more? But we'll go and send off those 5 again. Never really happened. I just got that request. Now, I do know that that request keeps on happening until there's a request to Baki. So, I'm not going to show the distant battles at Abu anymore because it's literally just the same thing. Send 5 warships, repair the one that gets damaged, repeat until they stop complaining. So, yeah, not going to show that distant battle anymore until it changes. Let's just keep on going and build the city. Okay, so time's been ticking on and now we're going to trade route to Mycenae. Let's just have a look at that. Is it going to be any more useful than it was in Roarte? They sell weapons, pottery, wine and copper. I suppose I could import copper. They also buy game meat, which is pretty useless. And of course I can't sell any more papyrus. I actually just stopped selling. I haven't even opened up the trade route to thingy yet. We only have 1 luxury good type, which is interesting. I'm going to have to either open Kadesh or Mycenae. You know, let's just open up Kadesh because that's ivory. Let's just go ahead and do that. I'm not going to waste time at Mycenae, it's just useless. Let's just set up a bit of a weapons industry because we do need weapons for this to complete the mission. So let's just import copper there. Import to maintain 800 will do, and then a yard to accept a whole stockpile of weapons. And we'll just make sure they don't go into the recruited by stockpiling. We've actually got 19,000 fish in the city. That's a bit OTT. But you know what? That's what this mission's about, is being over the top about everything. Let's actually just clean up some of this mess where we can. Here and here. We'll just get that back up to normal. There we go. It looks so much nicer than just seeing a load of one-tile housing all over the place. We've got this up to fancy residence. Prosperity is pretty much maxed now. It's 99 and it will go up once eventually these hit estates. But we've got jewelry. We just need to import ivory, which I could just do at any time, which I'm not going to do right now. We don't need to do that. We can make that push later. Lots of old people in the city. Let's have a look. Some are just coming up to about 80, which is quite old. We've got a lot of young people which are going to tip over. Can we complete this one before that happens? We've got another 120,000 bricks and another 1,000 limestone to go. And of course we've still got the other pyramid to bloody well build. I could always put another housing block or 2 in this space, but I really don't know at this point. Can I even get the city to that size without game bugs happening? We'll find out in time. Okay, so our troops have successfully saved Abu, so maybe that means the end of those attacks. Nothing really too much damage, it was just a warship every so often. Now at this point I'm now trying to take up culture. We've got more jugglers in the city. So we've got coverage for good, which means 11,200, but we need a lot more than that because we need to cover basically nearly 90% of that, so we need to get near 14,000 on coverage. And apparently these don't actually need to work. They were counting to culture even though they weren't working, but I'm going to make it look a bit more realistic than that because that's not very useful. We need another 93,000 bricks. We are starting to produce quite a bit now. We still have enough to keep them going. We're still importing from wherever. I think Yeah, Darkla and Roarty sell us bricks. Of course, Roarty's spending most of his time selling me bricks and beer and linen, which means it's not selling me barley, which doesn't actually help. We are getting barley from Minute Kufu. We did actually run out of barley at one point, which didn't help. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to split the load up and have some barley over here. We're going to set this to half and this to half, and we'll start splitting some of the loads between this one guy, so there's two of them going and doing it. Just because there's so much barley here, but not enough getting into the things, which is not very useful. So let's just set this to empty, so you can go and stockpile loads of it in the places, which would actually be useful. There we go, that's all stockpiled now. So let's just set this to accept half again. We've got like 245,000 D-bins, which means we don't really need to worry too much anymore. I mean, we're still making a profit. If we stop importing, we'll probably be fine. Our profits are still there. Let's just put the tax rate a bit higher. 46,500 D-bins in taxes is quite extreme, but that's okay. We can just delete this. We are running into aging, of course. That was always going to be a problem on this mission, but I think we are starting to get there. We need linen, which is going across to half the linen places in this corner, which doesn't help. Only another 90,000 bricks to go. We're getting there. I think once we start to reach the point where we don't need so many bricks here, I will go ahead and just put down the larger pyramid over here. And then finally we might be close to completing this mission. Just maybe. Okay, so Abu has been saved from our enemies, and now the Egyptian army is engaged in combat in the distant city of Baki, which I think means we're going to cancel out those attacks at Abu by just sending an entire military force. So let's just go ahead and send all of our charioteers. Off you go, you'll defeat them, no problem. Let's see, ratings are still there, all of our burial provisions are there, so we don't need to worry about that. We're not actually exporting a thing anymore, I don't think. We're only exporting wood, which, who cares. So we've got all the weapons, we've got all the burial provisions. I might try to evolve this a bit higher, but I don't think I'm going to bother. I mean, there's fish literally right there, which I could just bring over. You know what, let's just do it. Let's set up another yard to get maximum fish, because it's literally right there. Yeah, well, let's just keep on going. I think we'll cancel out those attacks at Baki and all that, but it doesn't matter. Even if we open up that trade route, we don't need them. Actually, no, they sell gems over the land trade route, which means I can get rid of all this and have the luxury goods made over here instead. So that might actually be necessary. So yeah, let's just stop importing gems for now. Once all the gems that are over here run out, we will just not accept them anymore at the dock. I will import them by land trade instead. See, these are the things we're thinking about to make the city more efficient. We still have stately manners. I might just evolve them anyway, even though our prosperity's met. We will probably evolve these just because I want to meet the target that I want. Culture's still a problem. We're just going to have to keep on going with it though. Okay, this is a bit of an out of the blue request. Roarty is blessed by Osiris and they want 2,400 flasks of beer. We didn't get much time for that, only 2 months, but we've got like shit tons of it in stock. That's literally just because we are importing, and of course I have separated these two as well, as you know. We are going to need to start getting linen. We are shot by way too many people, and we now need to provide more mortuary access. So what I'm doing is I'm going to turn this into a flax acceptor. We're just going to import flax right there from whoever sells us it. And this is going to become a house rather than a physician, because we're going to turn this into a bit of a loop. We're going to move everything down one and turn this into a bit of a loop area so that we can set up that stuff there. Can I delete some stuff? Let's say get rid of I suppose if I just roadblock there, that's going to be let's just have a look at the road. Because your troops held to win the day back and they were victorious, fine. So there'll be a roadblock there. There. I'll just delete that. I'm going to have to find a place to put a physician. I mean, we've got one there covering there, but we've not got one covering these houses, which means they're probably got a disease. Now, if they go up there, they should pass the housing, so I suppose what I can do is just delete thingy once this course is done. We've only got another 64,000 bricks required at the moment, so we are at that stage where we don't need too many bricks in here. Once this builds up again, now that we don't need so many bricks, I will put down the footprint of the large mud brick pyramid over here and start to build that up. How many people are willing to come in? Only 32 more people, and we need so many workers. I'm not really sure we can do too much about culture right now. This is set to not get any more luxury goods. Let's just put down 3 of these right there. Can we sell luxury goods for a little bit? We can just sell luxury goods to someone, whoever buys them. We'll just set that to export when over 0. You don't. Who the heck buys luxury goods? Oh, Darkla does. And so does Men Affairs. We'll sell out the entire lot, get rid of all this surplus, which will be fine. So we will just sell. Who's going across here? Is that people to buy wood, is it? Yeah. Now I've got down here a little area which is going to boost up our culture. But that's why we need mortuaries now, because this has gone up. I don't think we'll need too much more, but we will need a lot of stands and things like that. Let's just put a well right there. No, that's too far away, apparently. Let's just put that there. And evolve the house. There we go. 60,000 bricks. If we could just stockpile more bricks, I think we'll be a lot better off. Kingdom rating goes up for no reason. Let's see. Where are you coming from? Are you going all the way over there to get reeds? I think you are. That's because there's a lot more reeds over here because we're not exporting any more papyrus. So at this point, we're really just living off tax demons because we don't really need to sell too much, which is allowing our money to just go sky high. So yeah, we'll just keep on going, start to make flax. I know the Baku Trader is going to open. I'm not going to show you that. You know what that sells. And yeah, we'll just keep on going with this pyramid, and I'll come back in later if anything of importance happens. There won't be, probably. Okay, I think this is the game telling me that I need to finish soon. We have a labour shortage of 630 people. Now, I think that's largely because, look how many people are aging. I mean, we're actually getting someone right here coming up to 90 years of age. I think this city's running a little too long. I can't deal with this in an effective way. This school randomly burned down for God knows what reason. It just... all over the city, the fire risk was just sort of going up in places for no real reason. It just was going up. So I just went ahead and put out a bunch of extra firehouses all over the place. Of course, that's not helping with employment issues, but I think what I need to do is just simply delete water carriers in all of these blocks, these common blocks. I'll just delete these. And then let them all devolve, and then re-evolve them, because we need to get rid of an absolute shit ton of old people who should not be in this city. Because if you don't know this already, you might have guessed, these people past 50 are actually consuming resources, but they're not actually working. So we're trying to feed God knows how many people. You produce all these commodities, but we can't, they're not actually doing anything for us. So we need to get rid of the old people. We're going to keep these guys stable, obviously. Meanwhile, this only needs 19,000 bricks. Of course, I've gone ahead to put down this. It's quite far from where everything is, but I don't really care. So we're going to devolve 3 housing blocks for common housing. And then we're going to re-evolve them very quickly to get a load of old, young people in. But we're going to make sure that the old people that are devolved exit. Otherwise, they're going to turn back and still be there. So we are starting to seriously struggle under the strain. We are importing gems from Baki again, which has allowed me to put that stuff over here, which means it's a lot better. Okay, so really now I just need to finish this mission as quickly as possible before the city collapses, because that's the way this is going if I don't solve the aging issue. Okay, finally, after God knows how long, this Grand Mud Brick Pyramid Complex does not need any more bricks. Over here we are building this. This needs another 24,000 bricks, and I have calculated that we have more than enough sitting around. We've got 22,400 with a lot sitting around the edge. Plus we can import a bit, so we really do not... I mean, there's some bricks down here as well. We do not need to produce any more of this, so let's just delete all these clay pits, because we do not need them. And really, let's just try and save the city. We are still short by a lot of people. It came down quite a bit, but of course the city's aging again. The 90-year-olds died, finally. This is going up and down sort of based on floods, really. So yeah, this is almost done. It's tall and it fills the screen. That's just how big this is. So we only need a little bit more limestone. Once all the bricks are in this monument, I'm going to delete every single bricklayers guild down here to save workers. Then I'm going to gut this entire industry. I don't think we really need any more limestone. Let's see. 48 there. You need another 400. So we're basically building a medium pyramid now at this point. And I think we have enough limestone, but we just need to import a bit more. So once all the bricks are used up, I'm deleting all of this. This could just become another connection road. I might even delete this connection. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do it. Yeah. So we're also importing more linen. I set this up to 7,500. We'll just import whatever we can from wherever. And because this mortuary here has not got linen, which means that this doesn't have mortuary access. Which means our coverage is only 8,400, and that could easily be 10,000, which would probably satisfy our culture. It does say we need more libraries. I waited until the pyramids are done before considering spamming libraries. These stupid things take up 500 papyrus just putting them down, and then they need like 30 workers, so I think we should wait off on that. I'll come back in when we've put in all the limestone into this pyramid so we can just see the starting of the chiseling period, because we're getting very close to the end, folks. We're getting very close to the end. Let's hope the city survives as long as it can before it collapses. Okay, so here comes some of the last limestone. We only need another 8 blocks. 36 courses, a bit stupid, but let's see. That's one. There's the second. Well, journey. This is the kind of journey that would have made, and there's that silly glitch where he only has to go up so far and then it just sort of glitches, but never mind. So then I'm going to do the polishing phase on that. How much limestone do we even need? 232. We don't even need to import limestone anymore. 232, we've got like 273 in stockpile, so I could just, you know, get more limestone from over here. We don't need any more. We've also gone ahead and deleted all of the brick industry because we don't need it. I've calculated that we have more than enough bricks sitting in our yards that we do not need to import anymore. We've got more than enough. So this is eventually going to be gutted. We could just delete these one after another until they're all done. Just move them out. And yeah, so we're starting to work on the other goals, which is going to be a culture, which is just going to require an immense number of buildings. We have 2 Senate houses needed for this population level. We've got perfect coverage of all of this, so we do not need to build any more entertainment. Everyone's got access to it. It's just going to be everything else, like temples and shit. I'm not actually sure what we're going to have to build, but I hope it's not going to be too much. And there's also a spate of famine a while back. We helped them. Also, Abu asked for troops, which we needed. We sent them off. So yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. I'm going to come back here once this is all polished up because it's only this, and then the culture to do. And then we'll be done with this mission. And we'll be done with the game. Well, here's a message we're never going to see again in the game. Maybe until Cleopatra. Few cities can rival yours, which now houses 15,000 citizens. That's actually, I think that's a similar graphic to an old one. I don't know. And all that time is taken just to do half of this, which is not very good. We don't need any more bricks. Finally. Only 4,000 and there's like 4,000 there, so that's not too much of a problem. I also got these up to palatial states as well. For some reason, these guys here evolved, but these ones didn't because they didn't have a dancer. What was silly though is that they were complaining that the venues were too crowded, even though they weren't. I'm not too sure why, but never mind. This still needs libraries. I'm not too sure if we need to put down a 3rd Senate house because we now have 15,000. Luckily, we don't need to build any more stupid stages. These empty, inactive ones apparently count to culture, even though they shouldn't. So let's just speed this up. This has been a challenging mission. I mean, money is now no longer a problem. We've got like 600,000 drachma. This is not Zeus. 600,000 demons in this city. Unfortunately, we don't have enough of these, which is unfortunate. Which means this is taking a very long time to complete. Unfortunately. And this just needs a little bit more bricks. Just 1 full yard of bricks, and that's all we're going to need. I'll leave some spare just in case we do run out by mistake. Almost done. I think it's because they are splitting across the two monuments, so they are being a bit distracted. What's unemployment issues? 483. Bad, but we're going to be cutting back on a lot of this very soon. But we can just delete this and this. And this. And yeah, we'll just delete these over time. So that takes set, so we can get rid of another one. Almost there. Almost. How much is left? 66% complete. God, they're taking forever. Once this is empty, I will just delete this because we don't need it. There we go. We don't need that. Almost there. 69% complete. What's this monument over here doing like? Just more limestone. That's not a problem. First contaminated water. Has that done anything? No. Actually, it has. Our city health is poor, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. I mean, how much do we make in taxes a year? 60,000. Which is why we're not really exporting anything. I mean, what do we export? Just a little bit of wood. Not really worth it. The pinnacle achievement of this city is basically this. Luckily we don't have to build any more pyramids, because god they take forever. I mean, when did we start this? 1382. We've been here for 60 years we've been here, Jesus. I think we're going to be here for longer than 60 years, so about 70 I think. Naturally the requests that come up are just basically looping events, and there's Abu going to buy more papyrus, which we're not selling anyway. But a lot of these events just sort of repeat over and over, so you do get plenty of chances. So you shouldn't have too much luck. Even if you don't have Abu or another trade route, there's still enough trade routes available that you should still win. So don't worry too concerned about that. Here's the final layer. Almost there, guys. Almost there. We're going to have a look at the other monument in a minute. Ogre, Pharaoh, Super Sajuuk, the 24th bases have finished their completed their finishing touches on the gleaming outer casing of fine limestone, and the brick pyramid is finally done. 264,000 bricks and 1,728 blocks of limestone. Dear me, you are eventually going to go and do something. Sometime soon, you might go and do something. They're going over there now. But there's only a small amount to do, so we got that done. We're now short like 500 odd employees, but we're going to be solving that very soon. I'll just come back in once this pyramid's done. I'll go work on the culture and start to get that up, because we're going to be here for a long time trying to supplant these. We're going to have to put down a zoo somewhere. Probably just over here somewhere. I actually need straw. I just realised we need to turn straw on, so let's put that back on. And yeah, let's just keep on going. We're nearly there, folks. And here we go, here's the final bit of limestone to finally complete these mods. We have nearly 1,000,000 demons from largely just abusing the city. Literally, all we've done is tax the shit out of this place. So we do not need any more limestone yards. We can just delete these. We don't need these work camps either, because they're just clogging up the city. We've got all these libraries down here, which has helped with our culture. Note, you don't need these to actually have papyrus, they just need to exist. Even if they only have like one employee, they count. I did also have to do some severe devolutions again, just to get some young people in, but it's not helping. Despite devolving the city to crude huts and back up again, we're still short by like 500 people. But of course, once I delete all of this, we should be fine. So what are these? These are Ptah shrines, so let's just move them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can just move them there. Delete those bits there. They're walking across the mausoleum for God knows what reason. We can just move them there. We can just delete some more buildings. At this point, I'm just trying to take down buildings and such. We do not need so many people working in this city, because we just can't afford to keep them running anymore. We'll just save again. Look at all this stuff that we don't actually need in any case. Now, do we have enough burial provisions? We have everything we need, so we just need to let the monument complete. Let's just have a look. This looks so nice just over here. We're still at about 15,000, which is more than enough. And we don't really need to take it up any higher. Let's just reduce taxes. I gave myself all my savings for no reason. Just because we didn't really need any more money. We didn't need to save up any more because, well, this is the final mission. There's not going to be a mission after this. Of course, there's going to be missions after this which are Cleopatra, but I will be putting that in a separate playlist, but I'll talk about that after we've done the mission. Here's the last of it. Nearly there. We've been here for nearly 70 years. This is actually longer than what I normally play as. I think the quickest time I was able to complete this was 60 years on normal difficulty. If you could complete it faster, you'd probably be using a cheat, i.e. pyramid speed up, which we haven't used at any point. I mean, we're still making money. I mean, what are we exporting? You know what? Just stop selling this wood. Why have we got 2,793 bits of wood? Why do we have an odd number? You know, this game will never cease to amaze me about these odd numbers. Also, here's the zoo with its game meat and straw. Just one of them is more than enough. I mean, for culture, we don't need any more. It covers 7.5, so if we went any higher, we would need a second zoo for culture reasons. But here we go. We're almost done. Our crowning achievement to date. And of course the floods have been pretty bad for the vast majority of building the monuments, which doesn't actually help. Let's just give more money to the city. Can we hit a million demons rather? I wonder if we could. I think we actually will. I hope it doesn't break the game because that'd be funny if it did. There we go. They've done it again. They've completed the finishing touches of the gleaming outer casing of fine limestone, and the brick pyramid is finally done. We've done it. We started over here with pretty much our only industry that could give us money, papyrus. We expanded down here to make our bricks. And then we just expanded all over the city, providing all the resources. I eventually just went ahead and gave these guys fish. It was sitting around, might as well. Down here is our large pottery and warship industry. And over here is our 6 palatial estates. They're totally stable. They've even got... I mean, this one doesn't because... These 3 here don't have full occupancy because of the fact that they randomly devolved every so often. These 3 have 600 full occupants. And they're paying us... God knows how much in tax. Let's just be done with this mission. But before I do, let's just delete all of this. Let's get rid of all that because we do not need it. We're still short by like 500 people. What did people say?
I fear that some of these have 50 billion.
Oh, they're still complaining about it. Okay. So there's the 2 monuments, the mausoleum, the Grand Mud Brick Pyramid Complex. We've actually passed over 1 million demons by tax. And there's the larger pyramid. Let's just save and dispatch. 32 weapons. 3,200 pottery. Dispatch. A whole yard of linen. Dispatch. We actually started to run out there actually. 3,200 luxury goods. Mixture of ivory and various things. And 3,200 papyrus. Why? Why has the culture dropped at such a most inappropriate moment? You know, let's just do spam of this. Come on, just give me the culture back, please. 80. Now stay at 80. I'm not having you collapse at the last minute. Let's just look at the 2 ones and the tiles have disappeared. Let's just get them back. I know it looks silly that there's a big gap here. I could have filled this space in with something. But there we go. We've finally completed Hetepsenusret, the hardest mission of the game. And it took for bloody ever. We've been here for 70 god game years. Let us proceed and complete this mission for once.
All hail the mighty Pharaoh. Your dynasty is without equal, and Egyptians from now until the end of time will speak your name with the greatest reverence.
They bloody well will. They should. I built a bloody Grand Mud Brick Pyramid Complex in the largest city in the Pharaoh region. If they don't speak my name till the end of time, I will be very mad. Agriculture 80, prosperity maxed out, that was easy. Kingdom was there, 1 million demons, the city was just taxing the shit out of everyone. It was a tax haven basically, and 15,000 people. We took 843 months on that. I'm sure you could complete that quicker. But there we go, we did it on hard. And there's going to be a mini movie after this. Let's watch it. I know if you've watched Ruarte, you will have seen it, but for those who haven't seen Ruarte, let us watch it again.
Through 5 epochs, through countless trials and numberless lifetimes, Egypt has endured. Now, none challenge our authority. Your family's story is the story of Egypt. Thousands worship you as a god. And the dynasty you have forged shall never be forgotten.
And that concludes Pharaoh. I hope you've enjoyed my playthrough on hard. I hope the videos were helpful. And yeah, I really hope that they've been useful. I know I've been doing Pharaoh a lot on the channel over the years. Like I did the very easy playthrough, I did the normal playthrough. And I hope this hard playthrough will last forever. Literally. And will be of good use to as many people as it can be, because it's done on hard. I've tried to explain what I've been doing, showed it in nice highlighted forms, tried to just put it all into one video. So that's going to conclude off Pharaoh. Now, of course, there isn't any more missions after this, but I am going to put cards on the screen for when I go into Cleopatra. There's going to be 4 campaigns there. There's only 15 missions, but I will put the first mission on the screen for you to click at the end of the video. And yeah, I'm not going to go back to any more of these Pharaoh missions. No chance. I'm not going to them again. I don't want to do them again. I've done them on hard. That's much more enough for me. So yeah, thanks for joining me on this playthrough through Pharaoh. If you want to go on to Cleopatra, the first mission is Tutmosis in the Valley. Click the card on the screen when it's there, obviously. It's going to be a little while. I'm going to take a small break in the video uploading. I'm going to let these sit for a bit and then I'll come back to Pharaoh later. So for me, Sajuuk, that's going to be that. Click the card on the screen if you want to go to Tutmosis in the Valley and start Cleopatra. But for me, Sajuuk, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye now.